11,700 now on the Nifty. The Bank Nifty has hit that 1% mark, a 300-point gain. So that is clearly leading from the front. And mid-caps too continue with their outperformance. But as we're drawing the curtains on Q3 earnings, we at CNBC TV 18 are taking a look back at how some of the sectors have performed. The steel sector is on our radar, and Nigel is here with a recap. Nigel?
Well, in the past quarter, the profitability was maintained, but that came at the cost of sales volume. So to run you through the highlights, well, the sales volumes, they sulk. Inventories did build up because they produced as much, but they didn't sell as much. The EBITDA per ton beat estimates, though current prices, they're much lower than what we saw in Q3. So that's what could dent profitability going ahead as well. If you're just taking a look at the sales volumes, well, there was a degrowth across the board. Big boy JSW Steel as well as Tata Steel, we did see a bit of a degrowth, nearly around 7 to around 9% approximately was the degrowth. The only bright spot out there was JSPL. That too because they added capacity. So that was the only reason that we saw JSPL giving you a sales volume growth. But otherwise, if you're looking at the sales and the production numbers, you'll see there is a bit of a gap, telling you that everyone is sitting on good inventory and a decent amount of inventory at the end of Q3, and they'll have to sell most of that in Q4. So that's what could put pressure on prices. The key reasons for lower sales volumes: demand was softer. We saw destocking by customers as well, and that's why offtake wasn't as good as earlier anticipated. On the back of that, JSW Steel, they have gone ahead and they have trimmed their guidance for the coming year of around 16 million tons odd. But Tata Steel, they're sounding more optimistic. They're saying with the acquired Bhushan Steel asset as well as with regard to Tata Steel, they have left their guidance absolutely unchanged. But if you're sitting on inventory, there are going to be some challenges going ahead. Though for the past quarter, the EBITDA per ton for all the fairest names looked very, very good. Whether you're talking about JSW Steel, you're talking about a Tata Steel, SAIL, JSPL, all of them delivered a big growth. So you'll say, well, things are looking good, but not too good because steel prices have come in lower, and that's what's going to be the big headwind for the coming quarter. That's Q4. Prices were lower by nearly around 4,000 rupees. Now it's still down by nearly around 3,000 rupees if you compare it on a sequential basis. And the problem is that iron ore cost as well are spiking because the shutdown at Brazilian mine, that's at Vale. So there'll be a couple of companies, though, that could gain. Tata Steel, well, they're getting all their iron ore from captive sources. SAIL as well will be protected. But the problem is that JSW Steel as well as JSPL, they are not integrated to the entire extent in terms of iron ore. So that's what could hurt them. But what could make things better? You know, managements have been stating that they have been increasing prices in February. So that's what could protect the downside. And if in case the MIP reference price is increased, that could come as a big boost. In terms of EV upon EBITDA, well, some of these companies in a good cycle, they trade at 6, 7, 7.5 times as well. But in the current cycle that we are, they are trading at around 5 to around 6 times. And some would say, given the kind of volatility, well, it could be fair at around 6 times EV upon EBITDA. Back to you guys.
Okay, Nigel, thank you very much for that. Let's get in some opinion from Naushad Akhtar Ansari, the joint MD of JSPL, who says the company's debt will reduce by 10% irrespective of its Oman listing.
Compared to the year beginning, financial year beginning, they have already done more than 3,000 crores of debt reduction. And we will certainly be, in that range of 10% reduction, by March end. Irrespective of that, that'll be an additional thing if that happens by March. But otherwise, also, we should be doing that about 4,000 crores kind of a numbers which were there. That's the kind of number which we.
Time for an ad break. On the other side, Sumit Bagadi of Choice Broking will join in with a few commodity trading strategies. Stay tuned.